Hey everyone, it's Elise. Welcome back to the channel. And today I wanted to talk about should we do a no spend year in 2025? And I'm saying we because I know that I am personally contemplating it, but I think it's important for everybody to think about it. And that is particularly because the state of our economy right now. Some people are of the opinion that the economy is good, and some people are of the opinion that we are in for a rude awakening as far as the economy is concerned. And I think regardless, even if it appears good, there's a still like uneasiness about everything because there's so many facets that come to us daily about conflicting opinions, right? So recently in the news, we have that interest rates are going down. That seems like a good sign. But the interest rates for like homes and cars hasn't really followed that yet. Maybe it's coming soon. But on the other hand, some unfortunate news is that literally 3 days ago, sorry if you guys can hear in the background some noise that is the landscapers doing their thing, and I still gotta do what I gotta do, right? But recently, Party City, like less than a week ago, Party City employees just got laid off, as well as Big Lots employees are getting laid off, and it seems like job security particularly is at risk moving forward. I don't know if it's in indefinite future, but definitely in the near future, right? And then we have tariffs possibly on the horizon. It's looking like it's high key in the offing for us, and I don't think that's gonna be good for like our financial peace, right? So it made me think about, should I embark on the no spend for 2025, because that's what a lot of people are talking about on social media, and I have particularly done it in the past. I did it about 6 to 7 years ago when I was more than $150,000 in student loan debt, and I need to pay it off. And I will put a little card up here for you guys to look at that video if you guys are interested. But I did it, and I went balls to the walls, no spending. I spent no money on anything extra, and I put everything towards the student loan debt. And that meant like no extra spending on fun, no eating out or drinking out, no social things out in the daytime. I don't know, just nothing really fun, no vacations. In fact, I did a work through vacation because it was available at my job, and that meant that there was 1 week or a couple weeks throughout the year when I was supposed to be on vacation that I was working, so I was getting double my rate because I was getting my vacation PTO paid out and I was working. The consequences to that no spend year were good and bad. But I will tell you that it's not indeed for the weak, because after or at the about 8-month mark, I felt like I had a dark cloud over me. And it was a slight depression, but it was also just feeling like I was stuck because I was tired of being in my house and not spending money. And ironically, I was making a lot of money. So it's like, why can't I spend my money? But it's like, well, you could ease up and spend your money, but you're gonna be in debt. And that's the part where it's like, I feel stuck. I can have fun, but I'm not really having fun. It's not real fun. Like people who are really wealthy can go out and not be worried about debt over there in the corner, right? So I ultimately decided for my mental health that I was going to ease up. So for the rest of that year, I eased up a little bit more, and I spent some time figuring out how I was going to still pay off my debt, but maybe not pay it off as soon, because I found it wasn't worth it. Like it wasn't worth the money, ironically, because mentally I was sinking really fast, and I had to find a way to ultimately do both, because I was like, you have to be on this earth to pay off the debt, and if you are miserable, it doesn't make sense to do it the way that you're doing it. So fast forward to today, I do not have any debt, but the economy still feels volatile, honestly, since the panini in 2020. And it's like, okay, well, at least you do not have debt, thank God, so I don't have to like go as extreme as I did before, but I do have financial goals that I want. Particularly, I want to have a lot of savings put away during 2025 next year. Because y'all know I failed that this year in a couple videos ago. So I'm like, this year I need to stick to it. So I need to decide whether I'm going to do an extreme version or a lighter version. Now, the extreme version that I did in the past was like, basically like Dave Ramsey says, a rice and bean budget and gazelle intensity, just putting all the extra money that I have from my base pay and even overtime, because he's all about like, you can be working 60 to 80 hours. That's what that man feels like. because it is a temporary sacrifice to get it out the way. And I understand that logic. And there's just like nothing new. Versus a lighter version, which I interpret as you're making, first of all, and sticking to a budget. Making is a big deal, because if you don't even make the budget, it's going to be hard to do low spend because you don't know what you spend, right? And then sticking to the budget. If I don't want to be as intense, as long as I stick to what I have found that are my spending parameters in my budget, I think that's half the battle. And that will help you keep your spending low or no, right? That means that I'm going to not be buying anything new unless something in my house has been depleted. You know, like no new food until all the food in my house is depleted. No new makeup until all is depleted. No new clothes until it's damn near raggedy. Or maybe I'll give myself like 3 outfits throughout the year that are new in case I want to do something nice for myself, or just be cute because I feel like being cute. Also, leaving some fun. The lighter version allows leaving some fun. On a small basis, it could be getting your coffees once a week. Probably not every day though, but once a week or once every 2 weeks, or even allowing for a vacation that's between 500 to what's that? 500 to 1500, but we're not talking 4,000, 5,000, and 8,000 vacations. That's not part of the light version, and for damn sure not part of the extreme version. So the answer to the original question at the top of this video of should we do a no spend year in 2025, I think it depends on your financial and my financial situation. So I do not have any debt anymore, thank God. So I think if you have no debt, then since I have no debt, I do not have to do the extreme version. It's not necessary. But if you're everybody else who does have, if you are on that spectrum where you don't have a lot of debts, then I think but you still have financial goals, I think the lighter version is a good option, and that's the option that I'm going to be taking this year because it's going to keep me in track for the goals that I'm making. And these no spend years are for people who are goal orientated or are meaning to be goal orientated in 2025, which makes sense because around the new year we're always trying to probably be more goal oriented than we've ever been before. So for me, I will be doing a no spend year, but it's going to be a lighter version and not as extreme, and that I found is better for me because it's more balanced, and thankfully I do not have a high amount of debt. Yet I still have the number one goal financially of increasing my savings, and having the no spend year will at minimum keep my spending down so I can meet that goal. Because as y'all know, I did abysmally on it here in 2024. And as always, I will be updating y'all in some form or fashion. And I think that's going to help keep me accountable. And hopefully it'll keep y'all having savings in the forefront of your mind if that's something that you want to do as well in 2025. So yeah, I would love to know, are y'all planning to do a low spend or no spend year 2025? And if you are, what is the financial reason for it? Is it because you have student loan debt, you have car debt, you have credit card debt, or you're trying to increase your savings, whatnot? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments, and I will see y'all literally next year because this is the last video of 2024. So I'll see y'all next year.